Hi there, thanks very much. I'm going to admit something that I haven't written down. I'm pretty nervous today. Not because I get nervous about speaking, ask anyone and they'll tell you I don't shut up, but because this is so important. More importantly, it's really important for our community, and I'd like to thank all of you and Jamie for giving us the opportunity to get the community's voice out there today. So, as Ruth said there, my name's Heather Kay and I'm the manager of STAR Project, and for the last 25 years we have tackled poverty and its related stigma to build safer, more connected and resilient communities across Renfrewshire. So I've been asked to speak to give you an insight into what's happening in your communities. I look around the room and I know that there's a lot of partners out there, so I know you already know. I know it's already dark. But brace yourself, it's not going to be easy to hear. But as difficult as it is to listen to, it's infinitely harder to live. The reality is, the majority of people we see are not struggling because of poor choices or a lack of effort. They are struggling because the system is stacked against them. A mum, we'll call her Janet, came to us recently who'd been skipping meals so her children could eat. She works part-time, but her wages don't stretch to cover rent, electricity and food. She told us she feels ashamed asking for help. She's letting her children down. She'd rather go hungry than admit that she's failed. The truth is, she's doing everything right. She is working, she is budgeting, she is parenting. What's wrong is not her, it's the system. I could stand here and tell you the most shocking stories. The man in our community who died of starvation just 3 years ago. The lady with long-term mental health issues who self-harms every time she sees benefits cuts being discussed on TV because she can't take the shame. Or the young man who caused a siege in our community and begged police to shoot him because he just wasn't strong enough to end his own life. I could. And I have a lot of them, but I won't. Because as harrowing as those stories are, I have too many of them. They risk sensationalising poverty. They risk making it sound like an occasional tragedy. The truth is far bleaker. This is the daily grind for too many people. Life isn't shocking anymore, it's just relentlessly hard. And to use a colloquialism, people are scunnered in the community. Poverty is insidious. Every day we see people working multiple jobs but still unable to afford the basics. We see people with health conditions waiting months for assessments and benefits. We see children missing out on school trips, uniforms and bus fares. And cuts to public services make this worse. Not only for families but for organisations like STAR Project. In just the last 3 years, we're a grassroots organisation, but in just the last 3 years, with the staff equivalent of only 6 full-time posts, we have worked alongside more than 26,000 individuals. As the demand on charities like STAR grows, the pressure on us is immense. And isn't that convenient? The very organisations that should be helping communities demand better from decision makers are instead tied up in endless funding bids and keeping communities alive. This is what systematic inequality looks like. Inequality exhausts people and wears them down, and we cannot and should not be expected to patch the holes left by years of poor political decisions. Profits over people is literally killing our communities. For our community, it feels like we're going through a war right now, and that's not good enough. And that's why we need a fairer tax system. If those with the broadest shoulders contribute more, then we can build a society where the basics of life are guaranteed and not classed as luxuries. Imagine what a fairer tax system would mean for Janet, who I mentioned earlier. She wouldn't be forced to skip meals. Her children wouldn't go hungry, and organisations like STAR could focus less on helping people survive and more on helping them thrive, building skills, confidence and community. Let's be clear. Scotland has the resources. We are not a poor country. The issue is how those resources are shared. A fairer Scotland is possible, but it really, really requires political courage. It requires a tax system designed not to punish the poorest, but to protect them. It's not rocket science, it's just common sense. Over the years, we've had enough broken promises, we've had enough empty platitudes. From today, we need a clear commitment that tax will be used to build a safer Scotland and make a real, measurable impact on people's lives. And I'm going to leave you with this. Every day at Star, we make a pledge to our community. We will not bury another person based on the egos of decision makers. Today, I ask you, will you help us keep that pledge? Thank you.